Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for a very, very special, long time coming, highly anticipated spirits review. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E. You can find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. I am your King of Extreme, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, and one damn handsome man. We're here to review the GlenDronach Portwood Single Malt Hielan Scotch Whisky, and I am joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, it is finally here. It is finally time. And I only had to go all the way to Tennessee to get my hands on this bad boy. But the GlenDronach Portwood.
So, the GlenDronach Portwood. So before we get into this bottle, let me painstakingly read every single word on this sleeve.
Yeah, why don't you
here.
pick and choose real fast what you want to read?
I'm kind of shocked you just snatched this out of my hand. Well,
there you go.
Oh.
Hell, now it'll be lighter to hold.
Well, now it's not as fun. No, you ruined it. No, that's deep at the end of East Highland Hills, the GlenDronach Distillery has been crafting rich, full-bodied single malt Scotch whiskey since 1826. Our founder, James Allardyce, I'm certain I said that wrong.
Sounds like you nailed it.
Yes. Built his distillery in the very rural valley of Forgue. Forgue. I'm just nailing it. 10 out of 10. Just pop.
Check our other GlenDronach videos out.
Just pop the cork.
Beautiful.
Long story short, really good Scotch whiskey. Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher anymore.
And there is plenty more here. No shooter-sized bottles this time, folks. Full bottle. And again, GlenDronach, not afraid of a higher ABV. This one is 46 ABV. This one, the GlenDronach Portwood Hielan Single Malt Scotch Whisky, enriched by a second maturation in the finest port pipes from the Douro Valley in Portugal.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm sure you nailed that one too. Like I like that.
I know I did. You gotta nail it with confidence, no matter how bad you fuck up the pronunciation.
It's just kind of funny. You can tell this particular bottle might not have been intended for an American.
No, probably not. This is this one I've been eager to try because Mr. Phil K.O.E. here is a massive fanboy, and I'm a pretty big fan myself of the one Dalmore Hielan Single Malt Scotch Distillery. And I like the parallels between the Dalmore and the GlenDronach because they're 12, 15, 18, and Portwood bottle just visualization is very comparable, and I'm finding out that the quality of the liquor inside is pretty comparable as well.
Well, it's kind of funny because there was an online interview Richard Patterson did a couple years ago, and he was straight up asked, now Tony's a huge fan of Balvenie, he's a huge fan of GlenDronach, and they asked him, so, Sir Patterson, other than your own distillery, of course, what's some scotch you really appreciate? First words out of his mouth, the Balvenie and GlenDronach. Like, well, crap. I guess I gotta give it at least it's just due now.
The Balvenie, definitely not your standard scotch, but my God, when they nail one, they nail it. And so far,
you know how I say the Dalmore Dominium's like a sherry bomb, and you almost think you're just smelling sherry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the same thing with port here. Because I've kind of drank a little more port than you have.
That's probably
in our day. And this is just like.
Now I love the Dalmore Portwood, but one of my favorite.
I know that's not what it's aged in, but hang on one second. Keep going.
One of my favorite port finish scotches that's actually very, very affordable in the $30 to $40 range typically. Glenmorangie Port Finish, very affordable, delightful.
This is a bottle of Madeira, Portuguese wine that's fortified.
Oh.
Doesn't that kind of give you almost the slightest hint of Madeira?
Okay. Not nearly as intense, but okay.
Yeah, because Madeira nowadays is kind of like brownies in a bottle.
Incredible, but this.
But now that I did the comparison, this is more like toffee molasses sweet.
Yeah, I think more molasses. I would definitely lean that way. A very deep, dark sweetness, stickiness. Yes.
Yeah, you can see why my first thought was Madeira.
Sure. I'm really liking the
right
nose
now.
on
I
this.
don't have a good bottle of port at the moment. I'll have to rectify that.
I'm really enjoying the nose, but yes, let's try the palate. Sharp, but then that port rolls real. Oh, and a nice oak finish.
This is gonna sound
soaked oak. Oh wow.
Yeah, oak. Now this is gonna sound like the weirdest taste review of all time. I'm gonna go back in to make sure that I'm not wrong here. Whew.
Wow.
Yep, I was right. Now, Tony, go along with me here. This is gonna sound really weird. You go in for 15. This is like the sweet of the port hits you the same way that the peat of a peated whiskey would hit you. So if you are a lover of peated whiskeys, but you want a sweet alternative, this would be a great, because yes, the port hits you the way peat hits you in a peated whiskey. That's how I'm going to put this one.
Oh, wow. This is.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I'm going to go in for 15 myself.
This is delightful. Yeah, and if you let this just roll over your palate by the end, I mean, that port's going to be there throughout basically the entirety of your palate experience. But I do get some chocolate on the end, which is really just delightful. So this is excellent. Loving this stuff. So glad I found this. Yeah, loving this. Oh. Yeah, love the nose. Very, it does remind me a lot of, I hate to tell you, but a Dalmore port. It's definitely comparable.
It's going to sound so strange, but after I did the 15 seconds and I brought air into my mouth, like, I kind of had like this corn sensation. I know there's no corn in there. I know that. I'm well aware.
Grain
but
adjacent, yeah.
Well, like, I don't know if I've ever brought you into my grain dryer when it's actually fully running and you can actually feel the moisture corn air being pushed to you and you suck it in for the first time when you go into the pressurized chamber and all that pressurized corn air is now pushing its way into your lungs.
Okay.
That's kind of what I got there was like, but yeah, there was a slight hint of malt, but it was just like, again, memory is a very interesting thing when you're drawing on that. But yeah, so that was quite the experience, I gotta say.
I'm a big fan.
Now we come to the really weird part.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
The grading.
I will read the nose quickly. Breathe in delightful wave of Victoria plum, bramble, and strawberry jam with top notes of cherry blossom and honeysuckle on a base of sandalwood and ginger. Palate.
Ginger. What I wasn't putting my finger on.
Palate layers upon layers of rich fruits. Absolutely. Blackberry. Yeah, that makes sense. Blackberry for sure. Roasted apple crumble with a freshly baked gingerbread developing into a baked orange and black cherry back note, excuse me. The finish, savor orange peel. Yeah, I can see the citrus finish. Sultana and cherry cake lingering into the rich, fruity finish. Yeah, this is a dessert scotch for sure.
Yeah, this is after dinner.
Oh, yeah. Magnificent.
Sitting down over a cigar. Like, this would be a good cigar.
It would have to be a very specific cigar.
Acid blonde.
That could work.
Yep.
That could work.
That would be a fine.
Well, I'm a fan of those, so yeah, it'd be fine.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, grading.
We're going to grade this on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. The K.O.E. Nation has advised you well. We're going to grade this as a single malt scotch, as a scotch, a cask-aged spirit. It's shelving, and for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. So, Tony, as a single malt scotch on a 5-star scale, what are you going to give this?
4.25.
4.25.
4.25. It's definitely going to be a little bit more niche for people. Sue me. I don't care. 4.25.
I got to agree. And the reason it's not higher is because it's overwhelming portness.
Exactly. I would have gone higher, but yeah, it's port.
Actually, but no, I'm actually talking myself out of it because the port hits you the same way that a traditional peat would.
You're right.
And so that's why that's it. That's it, me. I talked me into it.
Wow.
4.5.
I'll be damned.
God damn, I'm one persuasive son of a bitch.
I'll be damned.
So yes, 4.5 as a single malt.
Stay at 4.25.
All right, now as a Scotch whiskey.
As a Scotch, actually, I'm going to stick with 4.25. This is in my wheelhouse, so I know that's definitely not fair. And I've been trying not to mark out when we do this brand, but screw it. 4.25 for me. This is beautiful.
I'm going to stick with 4.5.
Wow.
As a Scotch.
All right.
Because there's even a couple things you could do with this if you wanted to in a pinch.
Okay.
Now, definitely, if you just were to put it on a big ice ball, it would cut some of the port.
I think this would definitely get smokier with an ice ball.
But I think because of the high ABV, you can afford to do it.
True.
And I think that's why it's a great also like back porch in the summer drink. On the ice ball.
Yeah, okay. All right, I can see that.
When the fireflies are starting to actually hit the sky,
you
put this in a glass with a big ice ball. That's a good summertime
this is a
drink.
Scotch that you could drink when it's hot, which you can definitely not say about all
Our
Scotch.
friends from across the pond with fireflies.
What the fuck is that?
But, all right. Now, as a cask-aged spirit.
Go ahead.
I'm going to stay consistent at 4.5 stars. 4.5 as a cat, because this is all in the casking.
Yeah, I gotta agree. 4.5. This is beautiful. I am just over the moon with this. I've not found a lot of port finish scotches that I don't like, but there are definitely some that I like more than others. Again, the Dalmore, believe it or not, Glen Moray, and now this one. This is one I've been seeking out. I've come across it online for a really bad price. Never seen it in the wild. Just happened to be in a liquor store in Tennessee. There it was. It was literally the only bottle that I found in the entire store that just spoke to me. And I had to have it. I had to bring it home. And here it is. And it's amazing.
God, so, Tony, I've heard pet adoption stories that weren't as touching as that.
Well, I mean, pets piss and shit everywhere, so this isn't going to hurt you. Well, I mean, I might be in the corner if I drank down
I was about
bottle,
to say,
but that's neither here
and
nor there.
it does hurt the checkbook, but it's a buy once, cry once type of thing.
This one was actually, let me think, I want to say 90 to 100.
Okay, you know what? That's right in there, and we'll get to that a little later. So now we get to the shelving. I kind of got to put this on my top shelf with as high as I've rated it.
I'm sorry, this is going to sit next to every other GlenDronach that I've ever tried on the top shelf.
Like, this would go into my Dalmore Globe. And
that's high praise.
And it would sit next to my Dalmore Port.
That's high praise.
That's very high praise.
Very high praise. Wow.
Because right now in the Dalmore Globe is only Dalmore.
Wow.
So
he's a fan, folks. He is a fan.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Like, to me, I'm trying to figure out, do I like this or GlenDronach 21 better?
This one definitely is richer.
Like, remember how you said you liked 8 more than 21?
I think just as a substandard Scotch, yeah, 8.
I'm having that same battle in my mind here for that.
I think this definitely stacks up to the 21 better because it's a lot richer. It's a lot more deep with full-bodied flavors. I don't know. This would be tough. I would have to do the side-by-side comparison, but this is going to be at least half the price. At least half the price than the 21 would.
Yeah.
And with the other GlenDronachs, they're typically all going to be pretty heavy on the sherry. This is a nice differentiation.
Now, let me ask you, T, the secret 5th question.
Bring it.
When this bottle runs empty, will you seek another?
Hell yes. And I hope I don't have to go to Tennessee to do it, but I would gladly go to Tennessee to do it because this is fantastic. Love it.
I'm going to have to agree to you to at least a certain extent here. And if I find it on sale, I'm snacking it up like that. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So, GlenDronach, you've done it again.
There you go.
Well, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us this evening for this K.O.E. Nation review of the GlenDronach Portwood folks. I am the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the Lord of the Scottish Highlands, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, and one damn handsome man, if I do say so myself. Folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Raise a glass to all of yourselves, and I can't wait to find you back here, happy, healthy, much the wiser. T, take it away.
Tony GlenDronach G, thanks for coming again for another fantastic offering, and we will see you next time.
Well done.
Damn, that's good. Fuck, I love this distillery.
Smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive.
Nice.
El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.